You know what worries me, Colby?
What's that, Barry?
It's the violence that she does. That's terrifying. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new month of the Who Watches This podcast. And for this month, it is Colby's month. Colby, can you introduce the theme?
Even though this one doesn't totally bow to the theme, we're doing man's best friend.
I swear to God, Colby, if a dog's purpose or a dog's journey is on this, this is gonna be like, why? You know, like, it's hard to talk about sob stories. Have you seen those movies?
I have not. But
you know, is it because it's their dogs? Is this? Are you gonna mix this with like some cats?
It's probably all gonna be dogs.
Yeah,
But we're not doing no Old Yeller where
no sob stories.
We put them down at the end kind of thing. Nothing like that. No.
Well, what about what was it Molly and Me, or is that whatever movie with Owen Wilson?
Oh, right.
Marley and Me.
Yeah, Marley and Me.
Yeah, no sad dog stories. Those are too easy. Those are like Oscar bait. It's like whenever you want to do an Oscar movie, you throw like a slave movie in there for some reason. And this is like the dog. This is like the animal version of that.
Yeah.
Like, we want everyone to cry, so we're gonna make a dog movie. This one is very far from that, which is hilarious. But yeah, let's get into the Rhymefest trailer, so I can start making fun of a specific actor in this movie. There once was a girl who was mad at the world. Her dad didn't help, but he didn't really know how she felt. Then the real Kev James showed up and started fucking shit up. I know this movie, it could be a bit techie. Let's find out in 2020 indie film Becky. I was like, oh, this movie is just Kev James playing Kev James. There's always been something about Kevin James that I've like never. He's really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, even old comedy
King of Queens.
King of Queens.
It's horrid. That show's horrid, dude. I don't know. I think he's fine, but there's just something that's like, I can't just watch a movie that's just him, you know?
Okay.
Like Grown Ups was fine because, you know, you had Adam Sandler, David Spade, and Chris Rock.
Right, and he's just like a little...
Yeah, he's like a part
secondary.
of the... I mean, like, not secondary. I feel like he is like a full-fledged, like, main character from the four, but it's just like, you know, it's like little bits of pieces of him. Oh gosh, yeah, no, this movie is but it's starring Kevin James, who I believe is probably the biggest name in this movie.
Yeah,
and then you have popular actors in there as well, like with Joel McHale. That's mainly because of Community.
Right,
I feel like that's
and this would have been kind of like Community was ending, and this was
it was
right after.
Far done.
Oh, when did Community end? I thought that.
Well, I mean, once they made the switch to like Yahoo, it was like I didn't really end up following with it. I mean, my friends did, and they're like, "You should watch it," you know. I was like, "Yeah," but then Donald Glover's not in there, and Chevy Chase, as much of a monster as he is, I love his character.
Right. He was kind of like a integral part.
It's like, yeah, he's like the main antagonist, really. Besides, Chang.
Yeah, it's like watching Will and Grace without Jack.
Yeah. Exactly. Um, oh gosh, Amanda Brugel, who plays the soon-to-be stepmother, she was. I remember her from Kim's Convenience.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so she's like, I believe, a Canadian actor, which I probably feel like a lot of these people are. I feel like this movie is a lot of Canadian actors, except for Kevin James and maybe Joel McHale, but you never know who's Canadian nowadays.
I know we haven't even gotten into it at all, but apparently, when this was first getting slated, Simon Pegg was supposed to be playing the part that Kevin James was playing. But then when they were just about getting ready to start filming,
Hmm.
they there was filming conflicts with something else that Simon Pegg was doing, and they were
Mission
like, "Oh, hey,
Impossible.
let's grab Kevin James and pull him in."
Yeah, he's like, oh, don't worry, Kevin James, you don't need a script, just be you. Just kidding.
Is he known for like is
No, he's not racist.
Oh, okay, okay. I
At
was like,
least don't
maybe
think
I
he
missed
is.
something. Maybe I was just like, oh, I like him, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna ignore the bad stuff, and something came out somewhere.
Oh no, no, no. I just like, he's like one of those guys like you're just like, bleh. Just kidding. Oh man, but no, like yeah, and then obviously the star of the movie, Lulu, God, what was her
Lulu
name?
Wilson,
Lulu Wilson, who's like in a lot of things as well, like Ouija, Annabelle.
Annabelle,
It
yeah,
was probably like one of her bigger ones. Cop and a Half. I believe she was the half with Lou Diamond Phillips. She was in Haunting of Hill House. Yeah,
right?
so
Oh, right.
she's been pretty busy and hopefully well adjusted. Yeah. It's funny now, but like, I think more now than ever, it's pretty prevalent why a lot of child actors are like really messed up when they grow up, and it's because of like, the PDF files that's that's been coming out. Oh gosh, yeah, but this movie came out in 2020. It's a pretty indie. It's not like I don't believe it was in theaters, or maybe if it did have a theater release, it was
It
pretty
had
limited.
a limited theater release. It was supposed to come out at the Tribeca Film Festival,
Mm,
but
COVID.
that film festival was canceled because of COVID.
Hmm.
But then it got picked up by Redbox Entertainment,
Oh,
and so it it had a limited theater release.
yeah,
Only like 50 theaters around the country.
yeah.
But then because it was Redbox, it got hardcore
Pushed.
rental pushed.
Yeah, wasn't enough to save Redbox though.
What was not.
Redbox got the blockbuster treatment. Unfortunately. But yeah, no, let's start this movie. Gosh, I believe it started in a prison.
Well, no, it
A
starts
little
in the
bit.
police station.
Oh yeah,
You get this like really like little short clip of her in the police station
yeah.
with like the police are like, hey, what do you remember? And she's like, I only remember a guy wearing like an ugly camo shirt kind of thing.
Yeah, but then it does like a hard cut to her like running in the woods with like
Yeah.
the Adventure Time hat.
Yep.
Not the it's not an Adventure Time hat, but it's just like those hats that kids wear. That
Yeah.
has like the little dangly. It's like a beanie, but it has like little dangly things on the side.
Right.
And you're like, oh yeah, something went down. And then it kind of hard cuts to the prison, right?
Yeah, and it did a really like I love the film style where it's like her at school and then the prison, and it's like flashing back between the two, kind of like
Yeah,
making you feel like she feels school is a prison.
yeah. But what kid doesn't feel like that?
So true, so true.
Yeah, and then we get a back shot of somebody's bald head with a swastika on it,
Yo,
with the bullseye scar underneath it. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know Colin Farrell was in this movie. But no, like yeah, and so like the dad come like, oh no, like, and then so we hard cut back to the school. School is looking like a jungle. There's like kids fighting, by the lockers, teachers trying to break it up, and then we meet our main character, who we did meet at the beginning, and she's just kind of like walking through school, and she's like, just another day at this prison.
Yep.
Oh gosh, but then no, and then she gets. I believe she gets. Did she get? She just gets picked up by Joel McHale, right?
Yeah, like she kind of gets released from school early, and Dad picks her up.
Yeah, but
Which, of course, is then also a little embarrassing because it's like over the PA, like the
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Becky
come
Hoop Hopper,
to the
Hooper.
yeah,
Yeah, your
to the
daddy's
office.
here.
Yeah,
Oh man, but the relationship between the two seems pretty turbulent, which I mean, pretty normal, for a freshman aged girl.
yeah. 13.
Oh, 13.
Yeah,
So she could be in 8th grade, she could be a freshman. You know, who knows? But no, yeah, God, the relationship seems pretty. It seems pretty bad though. Like you don't know what's happened, and they're just kind of off.
yeah.
And so they're going somewhere though, and he's like, "I need you to go with me somewhere," and she's like, "Ugh."
Right. Oh, very typical.
Yeah, very typical. And they start to talk a little bit, and they're like, "Yeah, and then they stop by a convenience store, and Becky steals something,
Right.
and he's like, "Oh my god, why did you steal that? You don't even like gummy bear, you like gummy worms." And she's like, "You don't know what I like."
Yep.
Uh, me-
Exactly.
Meanwhile, we cut to the prison, and there's like it seems like there's going to be a prison transfer happening.
Yes. And I wasn't sure if it was a transfer or if it was. It must have been transfer. I was gonna say 'cause it could have been like, oh, but no, I think it was transfer.
Yeah, it's pretty bad though, and I believe and so like they're able to sort of cause a ruckus, and I believe they killed the guy that had too much, he had too much popcorn from the longest yard. I believe that was like the Hispanic
Maybe.
actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The
Yeah.
guy who
Yeah.
was doing it with Tracy Morgan.
Yep.
Yeah, and oh man, so yeah, these prisoners escape from this situation, and yeah, and so now trouble is a brewing,
Right.
right?
And it's you kind of get that side by side because they're in the convenience store, but it's like on the television behind the cash register, you hear like the little nude broadcast about like
Prisoner escape.
Group of felons escape.
And so like we're back to Becky and Joel McHale, and he's like, we're gonna go to the cabin, and she's like, no,
Yeah.
why are we going to the cabin? And then we get little cuts of like her and her mom, who's obviously sick, probably from cancer,
Right.
because she's bald.
Right, that's they don't say, but I assumed the same thing because she had her head covered up and
So
was in a
probably,
hospital bed.
chemo and all that stuff. And she's like, no, I don't want to go there. You're just gonna sell it anyway. And he's like, that's what I've been trying to tell you. We're not gonna sell it. And
Yeah.
she's like, this is like the first time she's kind of like happy.
Right.
She's like hyped. She's like talking to her 2 dogs. Who was like Duke. And,
Her 2 dogs.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Duke.
I
and-
had to emphasize it because that's this month.
Oh. Yeah. I forgot what the other dog's name is. It's like
It wasn't Adora and Diego?
oh yeah. Is it Adora and Diego? I know
just
Diego.
Dora and Diego?
Oh, Dora. Yeah, that's right. Dora.
Dora Explorer and
Yeah.
Diego.
I don't know why it was Duke. I felt like he looked like a Duke. And so like she hops out of the van. She's like super hype, and she's like, I'm gonna go swim. And he's like, wait, hold on. And then all of a sudden, a car pulls up.
Right.
And it is a woman with her own child. Maybe the kid's name is Duke. I don't know. Oh, Ty. Yeah, and it is Kayla and Ty, and Joel McHale this is a woman that Joel McHale has been seeing.
Yeah.
And so, he goes over to her, kisses her, and like, it's already been announced that they're gonna get married.
Right, and Becky is. It's been a year since her mom passed.
No, 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 it's been longer.
No, only a year.
Oh, only? Oh,
Because she
geez.
says that she's like it's only been a year,
Oh, that's true. That is kind of soon.
but there's also like maybe they were separated or something prior. Like you don't really get
Yeah, too much of the relationship.
too
I
much.
probably don't.
Just that
Yeah.
this is much sooner than she wanted her dad to move on.
Come on, the rule is it's the amount of time you've been together half.
Right.
I don't know. I always feel like in those situations it's pretty tricky for a lot of people. But personally, I feel like I was like, okay, if my spouse had like passed and I had a kid, that like knew her, because sometimes they don't know. Like maybe like they pass away a little bit too young.
Like my mom passed, and like my dad didn't do anything. Like he was just like, I am going to be the mopey bachelor forever. And it was like 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
before he started venturing out, and then he started dating, and he really quickly got remarried, and then she was sick, and then she passed, and then like when she passed, he was like, sounds like terrible, like she passed, and then like within a week he was like, Tinder profile activate,
Yeah, but then like at that time you're like an adult.
Oh no, yeah, totally. But I'm just like saying, kind of like, if you're like, my mom passed, she had like just in her sleep at night, she wasn't sick or anything, and it was just then she was gone, and so it was devastating. But then like this other girl was like the stepmom was like sick, so it was kind of like almost like by the time she was ready to pass, he was already like in deep into the grieving part, so then that grieving like was much quicker at the end. It sounds terrible, but like you gotta
it's
mentally you have to kind of prepare yourself.
exactly. No, yeah, but if for me it was always like, no, if I had a kid that was like in high school, I feel like I would wait. I was just like, we got to get you through high school, and this is already hard enough, and I don't want to tack on like, hey, this is the new woman I'm banging.
Right.
You have a little brother now. No, like, yeah, I just personally, for me, I think that would just be much more easier for like everybody.
Yeah.
And plus, I love so hard, I'm just so sensitive. No, yeah. So obviously Becky is just like really not having this situation, and,
Right.
And it's I feel like it's unfair to ask her to like accept the situation so soon.
Right. And again, we also don't know how much this other lady was around.
Yeah. Like, who knows, like, so, like, obviously, but, like, from the gist of it, we're like, yeah, she's upset. It's only been a year. And if she feels probably a little bit betrayed by her father, too, like, oh, have you just been waiting for this? We don't know what she's thinking.
And this is the house that me and mom had memories in.
Exactly.
And are you just going to bring some other lady into it?
Yeah. Gosh, what's it called? After Kevin James and his, group of Goonies escape from the transport, they take all the police codes.
Yeah.
And they create
and then they have some weapons.
And they create a traffic stop, and they stop like some family, and they're like in a station wagon. They're probably going up to their own little cabin in the woods, and oh gosh, yeah, some people die here. And but like, one of the guys that he's with, it's like this big giant dude.
Yeah, Apex.
Yeah, Apex.
He used to be a WWE wrestler.
Yeah. I was like, that guy looks super familiar. But no, oh god, Apex looks crushed because in Kevin James is like, yeah, go kill those kids.
Right. We can't have any witnesses.
Jeez, yeah, man, that was rough for him. And so you already like, but they kind of linger on him. You're like, oh, that guy, he's gonna turn maybe. And so yeah, no, and so like yeah, they're having dinner, Becky and the family, and gosh, this dinner goes about as well as you could hope.
Yep.
But Becky storms out. She's like, oh, God, I'm not having this. You guys are playing house in my mom's house. Oh gosh, so
we get a really quick introduction to the two dogs. You have Dora, who is super friendly and loves everybody, and Diego, who is definitely Becky's dog, and it's like, oh yeah, be careful with Diego till he warms up to you. And they are both.
They're like mixes.
They said what kind of dog, but they're both big-headed, pity
dogs. Yeah,
pity
like,
kind of
like pit bull mixed with Rottweilers or something like that. They're definitely guard dogs.
Yeah,
That's the dog that's gonna stop like an intruder from coming home, not like those little Yorkshire Terriers that people want to get. Oh, look how cute it is! Look at its cute little poop. No, but Becky, oh gosh, she storms off. Obviously, after talking with her dad, they don't really have a great conversation,
right?
And she's just like, just leave me alone.
Yeah,
and they go to and she has like a little special cabin. It's like a little shed.
It's kind of a shed, kind of a treehouse, not really high, but
yeah,
her little. Yeah.
I mean, it has stairs, so.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a little bit, it's like maybe like a quarter mile away from the house. And it's probably like this, they probably had this cabin for like such a long time, and she probably grew up there that she knows her way around those woods.
Oh, right. And yeah, and then she does talk about the lake because she wanted to go swimming. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like this little treehouse fort is on the way to the lake.
Exactly. But all of a sudden, someone comes knocking on the door. Knock. Kayla opens it, and it's Kevin James, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I lost my dog. It's kind of rough. Have you seen it?" And Joel McHale comes, and then he looks at Dora, who Ty has been feeding human food to, which you're not supposed to. And he looks at the dog, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a Hashemhadaya," some German word. And he's like, "Oh, but it's not pure, it's dirty." And,
right. Oh, it's because he sees the new mother.
Oh yeah, this is an interracial couple,
and it's an interracial couple, and so he does that. I'm not going to be racist, but I'm going to definitely tell you how much weaker the species is when you mix breeds.
Oh, gosh. And so Joe McKellar really isn't having it. He's like, okay, buddy, it's time for you to go. And he's like, no, it's not time for me to go.
Yeah. And then you can kind of see, through the windows, you could see the other
Apex
neo-Nazis, walking around outside. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he kind of he hits Joel McHale in the stomach, kind of sets him down with a gun. Kayla tries to escape with Ty, but then Apex catches him, and he's like, "Go through the side of the house."
Right. Oh, right. He corners them, but he's like, "I don't want to hurt any children. Go out the side of the house."
Exactly. And you're like, "Oh, okay. So maybe Apex." Maybe he just got into that section of the prison because he had to survive. Because no matter how big you are,
right?
Other factions are going to get you, so you kind of have to do whatever you have to do to survive, right?
And just because you're a criminal, I'm there's definitely I could rob a bank, but I don't want to
kill
mutilate
kids,
a child. Yeah,
And honestly. Apex could have just been in there for tax fraud.
Right, and
Who's to say that Apex
like you said,
didn't do a white collar crime?
and if you're in a hardcore prison, you find yourself a group so that you
Can survive.
can survive. Yeah,
Yeah, but unfortunately, Kayla doesn't really get too far because there's two other Goonies out there,
yeah,
and they end up, what's it called? Becky hears the commotion and she looks outside the window with her binoculars. She's like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And then she sees that Dora gets shot.
yeah.
Yeah, and I always hate like animal deaths in movies. And
They show it, but don't really show it. It
yeah,
was kind.
sort of until you get the shot of the dog's corpse with like bullet holes in it.
I, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's funny, not funny, but like the fat prisoner guy was like, "Jesus, did you think you shot it enough, bro?" Like,
Right. He's like, I hate dogs.
oh man, that's how you
And
know he's a
then
monster.
and then stepmom smartly, because Ty's like,
We gotta go get Becky.
Becky, and yeah, and
Yeah.
the stepmom's like, no, nope, that's our dog, and it's not coming with us. It's gone.
You killed
And so,
Becky.
yeah,
Yeah, and so
such a
unfortunately, she gets brought
good
back to the
cover.
house. Yeah, yeah, she's super quick on her feet. But unfortunately, yeah, she gets brought back to the house, and Joel McHale is like, "Fuck," and Kevin James is like, "What happened? I couldn't catch them, and they got away from me." But he
Yeah,
looks,
he was like, but I got their phone and crushed it, so I didn't think it mattered.
yeah, and he's like, "No witnesses, come on, man." Yeah, but no, and he's like, "Listen, listen, guys, I'm not here to hurt you. This is just a very unfortunate situation." And so
Yep,
what's going to happen now is that I'm going to go look for my key. And once I get
yep,
my key, I'm out of here. And so Kayla, for a second, is hopeful, but Joe McHale kind of goes up to her and he's like, "We've seen." No, no, maybe it was Joe McHale that was hopeful. And Kayla's like, "We've seen their faces. They're not going
right,
to let us go."
yeah,
And Kayla's like, "You got to do something." And see, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, as a man, this is rough, right? These expectations that you're looking for is
right.
is
Yeah,
gonna
because
be
Kevin
rough.
James outweighs him by 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Apex is going to outweigh him by 150 and a
Oh,
full foot taller. Yeah,
exactly. Apex will grab Joel McHale's head and crush it like a grape. I feel like he has enough. Was it pounds per square inch to crush that dude's head? And
yeah,
so, yeah, Becky goes there. She's kind of scoping it out. She's like, "Oh fuck, my parents are, or like my dad is in trouble, and then Kayla and Ty are in trouble. I got to do something." So she goes to try to get to her bag, which has her phone in it.
yeah,
Unfortunately, while Kevin James is down in the basement looking for the key, which was supposed to be in this tin box, it's not in there.
right.
And so he finds like a little hatch that leads into another room. And unfortunately, Kayla wasn't fast enough, or Becky wasn't fast enough to get her bag, but she was fast enough to get a walkie talkie.
Yeah, yeah,
And Kevin James, obviously super pissed because he's like, "Oh, Kayla or Becky, right? Becky's a dog. What does that look like, you idiot?" He's like, "It looks like a girl's backpack." He's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, with Becky on it." And you're like,
Right, right.
"Oh,
How many dogs do you know that wear backpacks? None. Well, then obviously Becky's not the dog.
Well, I mean, like, they've been in prison for a while, so maybe they didn't see the fashion forward sense that dogs have
I,
nowadays."
that is
And it's a,
unfortunately
and
true.
Dora's a really big dog, so it looks like that backpack could fit on Dora. But the one thing that doesn't sell it is that Dora wouldn't have a cell phone. So they crush it, and they're like, "Scout the woods." She has to be out there somehow. But and like at this point, he shoots Kayla's leg because he's like, "Come on, Joe McHale, this is your one chance to come clean." And he's like, Becky is a doge."
Right, right.
And he's like, "That's not what I wanted to hear. I don't want us to lie to each other, Joe McHale. And so he shoots Kayla. I was like, oh, why do you have to shoot Kayla in the freaking leg? And then he like kind of beats up on Joe McHale, and before he can kind of shoot Joe McHale, the walkie-talkie comes in, and he's like, Becky's on there. He's like, there once was a little girl, and blah blah blah. A whole spiel, like a little bit of a monologue, and she's kind of like insulting this whole group of like thugs. She's like, yeah, that guy. Yeah, you got one guy that looks like he runs out of breath going upstairs. he's like, hey, that's not nice. And so yeah, they sent everybody to go out there, to look for Becky. Because they kind of narrowed it down. They're like, this is a kid's walkie-talkie. You're lying, Becky. You're not at the neighbor's. That's like a mile or two away.
Because that's what she's like. She was like, I'm at the neighbor's house, and I just called the police.
Yeah.
Well, first she's like, I called the police. And he's like, well, I have your cell phone, so you obviously didn't. And she's like, but I'm at the neighbor's house. Yeah. And I called the police from there. And he's like, no, I'm a kid's walkie-talkie. Yeah. The next house is got to be a mile from here. Yeah. And
this range is like probably like, 500 feet. So you're 500 feet from the house. I would have been like, sorry, Kevin James, but you don't know this, but I sell vapes at school, so I have a second phone.
It was a pretty ingenious plan for a 13-year-old to say that. I'm like, props to her.
Yeah, I mean, she's quick on her feet too. But no. He's like, all right, listen, Becky, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get me the key because I think you have it. I think you have my key.
Oh, because she doesn't she accidentally say?
Yeah, it's I don't have the key that you're looking for. It's like, I didn't say a key.
Yeah. And when she was in her little like room, she's going through like a little memory box.
And there's a key in there.
And it's got the like German symbol on. Yeah. I guess it's the symbol of Loki. I think it was.
Yeah, so
on
it's
the
like
top.
A Norse symbol. I looked it up. Like, what symbol is that? It's like from Norse mythology or something like that. And so and he's like, all right, Becky, this is what's gonna happen. You got to give me that key, or else I'm gonna fucking kill your dad. And at first, he's like, he's like kind of beating him up a little bit, but then he gets the hot poker. And starts, really welly into him. And she's like, I'll get you the key. Just don't kill my dad. And so she like rushes over to her little secret hideout. She grabs the key. But unfortunately, Joe McHale finds an opportunity to try to escape.
Right.
And he like, in front of Becky's like, run. You got to run. Get out of here. And Kevin James kills Joe McHale.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck you. And then like she tried, like Kevin James catches Becky, but then Becky uses the key to gouge out his eyes. Like,
that's when the gore begins.
That's probably like the most goriest moment until we get to the end of the movie. Oh gosh, yeah, it's pretty bad though, because now Kevin James is super pissed. His eyes like dangling out of there like the Japanese girl from Hostel.
Yeah, right. And it's not like he can go to the hospital since he's a wanted fugitive.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I don't even know how far Kevin James was gonna go. That thing is probably infected at this point, because he gets into the house and he tells like the fat guy, he's like, "Hey, cut this off," and the fat guy finds like a safety scissors.
That was, yeah.
He's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Trying to cut that little eyeball cord with some kid scissors.
And he like Kevin James grabs the kitchen knife and oh gosh, I don't know. I probably would have just left the eye dangling if it was me. Or like somebody else has to do it because Kevin James, but he does it. I was like, oh, this guy's business.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the bathroom and try to push this back in.
Yeah. Like he cuts off his eye. He's like, fuck this. And then he orders the other, goon to get it. The guy that kind of looks like he's strung out.
Yeah.
Super greasy hair. That guy looks like he stinks. And at this point, Becky is in full John Wick He's like, what's it called? Gosh, what's his name? Kevin from Home Alone, but murderous.
I, right.
Cause
Yes.
she starts to make weapons in her little shed.
Right. I was like this point I was like totally getting Red Dawn kind of vibes when those kids are up in the mountains and like they have to
Yeah, they have to defend America from the Ruskies. And so like, yeah, but the guy comes, he gets to the shed, and he's like, ah, you know, it's rough, right? Because if he didn't kill the dog, I feel like the as a kid you might have believed him,
right.
because he's like, listen, because then like he tries to get into the house, but Diego is there, and it's like a huge dog, and he's
And
like,
we already know he doesn't like
and
dogs.
he's like, fucking Christ, how many fucking dogs do you guys have? And he's like, listen, all right, I really don't. He probably is not a child killer as well. He's like, I really don't want to do anything to hurt you. So how about you toss the key outside? I'll go, and then you can dip.
Right. I'll be happy to say that you like I couldn't catch you. You ran away, and I just picked up the key that you dropped.
Yeah, and that'll give you enough time to escape, go
Yeah.
into town, and hope by that time we'll be long gone.
Right. Because we just want the key, and then we're leaving.
And then we're leaving. And for a second, Becky almost believes him. But then the guy's like, yeah, and then you and your mom, and she's like, what the fuck did you just say?
Okay, your stepmom, whatever,
What a
and your half brother,
yeah,
and she's all like, they are not my family.
yeah,
And then there's like a painting on the wall that her mom
yeah.
had done when she was in the hospital,
Yeah.
and she is like,
Or maybe she did it.
oh,
You never know, right?
yeah, right. Well, I thought
Oh,
that
maybe the
maybe they
mom
were
was a
painting
painter.
it together,
Yeah, I don't know. But
but
yeah,
she looks at that and she's like, here's a picture of my family and my
yeah,
dogs, and everybody's gone but me and Diego.
yeah,
So we're going
yeah.
full red.
Yeah, it's like a switch came on, and yep, and absolutely destroys this guy. She like what's it called? Like she swings from the top of her shed and like
Yeah,
stabs him in the heart with a ruler.
right. Well,
Oh,
she's got like a
she has like a bunch of pencils like taped up together.
well, she starts off. She's got like a silver dollar or a Canadian dollar or something,
Oh yeah,
and she's like, "You want your key? Take it." And she throws it, and he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, whatever." And
yeah,
he's like digging through the bushes trying to find because he
yeah,
thinks it's the key.
yeah.
Yeah,
And she
and then
surprise attacks him.
she
Oh yeah,
commando lions down
yeah.
and
It kind of
drops
reminds
out of the
me.
trees.
Yeah, it reminds me of this scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 when Rocket Raccoon first like tears up the dude's face.
Yeah,
She's like this tiny little girl. Yeah, she absolutely obliterates this guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and now she has to like she's what's it called? She kind of goes to the house, sees what's going on, but she has to escape again.
Right.
And like then she gets chased by like the fat guy. And dude, yeah, she makes quick work of the fat guy. She kills him with the rotary of the boat.
Right. Oh yeah, no, because she kind of has. Has him chase him down to
To the
the
lake.
lake, and then she's like runs over on the dock, and he's like, "Oh, now you're trapped." But she has set up like boards with nails and like a tripwire with the from the
Yeah,
fishing line.
like, absolutely. Yeah, she like hits this guy with like a like nails from the board. So now he has tinnitus. So if he gets away, he's gonna have to get
Right. Oh
like
yeah,
that big shot.
lockjaw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna matter because he dies in the lake, like
Yeah.
almost Jason like. It's a Jason like kill,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but Kevin James and Apex have a moment because then he's like, "Take this gun, shoot me, shoot me, Apex. If you don't believe in what we're doing, shoot me." Because like at first, like he has like a little monologue with Joe McHale. He's like, "I don't have kids, but I picked up a couple strays along the way."
Right.
And Apex was one of them. Apex is my first. He's my most loyal. you know?
Yes.
he's done something to prove
I
his
consider
love.
him my son.
Yeah, and so and like let's see what your daughter's gonna do. But no, and so like they have this moment because Apex is like, you told me no more kids. I don't want to kill kids anymore. And
Yeah,
he's like, oh, after this, no more. And that's what manipulators always say.
right,
Just
right.
one more, just one
Yeah,
more. Oh man. But he's like, go get her. You don't have to kill her. Just get the key. And so yeah, Apex goes after Becky, and I was like, man, I don't know how she's gonna take this behemoth down. you know
right.
if this was like a video game and you were playing the character Becky, yeah, Apex is gonna have like right next to his name, it's gonna have a skull.
Yeah, and he Diego goes running after Apex, and
Yeah.
Apex like just hammer fists the dog, and it's like, "Gape, gape," and the dog is just down. And that Becky's like,
Yeah.
Diego, and she goes running at him, and
Yeah.
he punches her in the chest, and
No,
she
like,
goes
well, no,
down.
first he choke slams her
Oh yeah,
onto
yeah,
the
yeah,
ground, and then, yeah, and then hammer fists her in the stomach. And
yeah,
he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
yeah.
I'm tired. So this
He's
is what
like,
I'm gonna do.
yeah,
He's,
I'm gonna get out of here, and I suggest you get out of here too.
yeah, because it's a fair thing because he's like telling this child who's already killed two people.
Right.
He's like, you're gonna, no matter what the situation is, you're gonna see their faces, and that you murdered them, and you have blood on your hands now, and I don't want you to have more blood.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
gonna go this
You're
way.
young. It's not
Yeah,
too late
to redeem
to
yourself.
to redeem yourself.
And I mean, honestly, it was like, first of all, the two, I get what he's saying, but it's like, one's like, she's self-defending herself.
Right, right.
And I mean, I know you committed tax fraud, but it's still, you murdered kids, so it's two different situations. Like, you're still a monster, you would have to save the world twice over before you before you can kind of cleanse yourself of this. And even then, it's a whole angel situation. Who knows if you get to have your soul back, or and so, but no, and so like he kind of just walks into like the sunrise,
Right, yeah.
and now it's just Kevin James and Becky, and Kayla tells her, he's like, listen, you fucked with the wrong teenager.
I- yeah.
Because you know what? You killed the only parent that she had left. So good luck to you.
Yeah, she's a hard-headed kid that doesn't listen to anybody, and you just killed the her only remaining parent.
Yeah. She's probably going to fucking kill you, dude. Oh, man. And it's like the only, it's, God, what a warning about a teenager, right? Because teenagers are like finally sort of having like a little bit of self-realization, because kids are like psychopaths. They're little
Right.
psychopaths. They only care about themselves. Oh man, no. And so like, yeah, Becky kind of calls him out. He's like, hey, what's up, fat guy? Fat guy number two, fat boss. And kind of like lures him out.
Yeah.
Lures him out into, at first she lures him out because Kevin James is about to kill her, kill Kayla.
Yeah.
But then she turns on the what's it called, the alarm for the minivan.
Oh, right, right, right.
And Kevin James is, he's like, all right, come out, and he like opens the door, and it's Diego that's inside.
Yep.
Oh man. But then all of a sudden she starts singing the song that she was singing to her mom.
Yeah.
And so he goes over there to the fire pit. And first he's like doing a little spiel. He's like, "Hey, you're an orphan now, but there's something inside of you, there's something inside of you that, oh God, it's a fire. It's a
Right. Something
fire.
your parents never would have seen,
Yeah,
but I see.
I see, and I was like, Jesus, this guy a professional groomer too." Right? He's picking up strays.
Definitely. Yeah.
And he's like, come with me and I'll show you a whole new world. And it's funny because like you're like, what is this key leading to, right? And then like back in the cabin when he was talking to Kayla, he's like, this key, I need this key to open something, and it's gonna be good for my race, and it's even gonna be good for your race.
Right,
I was like,
right.
Jesus, what's it's the ghosts of segregation. That's what's in that box, or whatever whatever thing he's trying to unlock. The ghosts of apartheid.
Right.
But Kayla, Becky's like, nah, I don't, nah. She hits her with a little Miles Morales, like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, and and hits him with a super soaker that's filled with alcohol,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah, and
stylistic.
she pulls it out,
Yeah,
and he's like, okay, enough of the
yeah,
games. Put down the squirt gun,
yeah,
and there's the fire pit.
yeah.
So she shoots it over the fire pit
Yeah.
and
Which,
lights him up.
unfortunately, it doesn't do as much damage. It looked cool. It was like, oh yeah, he's gonna burn, but no, he like kind of stop, drops, and rolls.
Right, because he stopped, drops, and rolls, and then she tries to squirt him again, but he's already been put out.
Yeah.
So it like now it's just wet.
Well, no. The super soakers like ran out because then she tries to like squirt him from the fire, so like hopefully like the gasoline would catch on the fire and land back on him.
Right.
But, so she tries to dip out of there, but Kevin James catches her, and really it starts to choke her out.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, at first I thought this was her dad that was still alive, but no, Apex comes back, and
Right.
they fight each other, and he's able to kind of stop her from this whole situation, or stop Kevin James from this whole situation. Meanwhile, Becky she goes into the garage and gets the what is it, like a lawnmower
Yeah.
situation. Oh, and they're fighting. Man, Apex gets shot like in the shoulder or something. I mean, I don't know. He's like monstrous. Like even if he got shot in the lungs, I feel like he still had enough strength to like almost kill Kevin James. But before he can kill Kevin James, Becky comes and totally just sinister tape number 3 Kevin James face off. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. And then like Apex is like, I've done so many wrong things, but maybe me saving you can help me start my journey on Reddit. Before he could finish the sentence, Becky one shots him in the face.
Yeah. Yep. She's like, nope.
Yeah.
Enough talking.
Your group killed my dad. You're the reason my dad is dead.
Yep.
And Kayla gets out there with Ty, and they like sit by like the little, what is it, like barn that they have. And what's it called, before, like, what's it called, OnStar calls the cops because Becky tried to run Kevin James over.
Oh,
And
right.
she
Right.
crashes,
Yes.
like, I believe she crashes Kayla's car. And so
Yeah.
like, oh, the police are on their way to your location. Oh man. But like, yeah, Kayla sits right next down to Becky, and Becky kind of looks over, and then we get a shot of the the police station again, right?
Right. Yep.
And
And it's like the end of that interview.
yeah.
That was at the beginning.
And I don't know. I guess I don't know when Becky stole another, fucking bag of Haribo's gummy worms, but she does. And this is where we get our line from the opening of the movie, where the sheriff's like, "Oh, well, what really worries me is the violence that happened." Because these are all pretty gruesome kills. One guy got stabbed in the neck and the
Absolutely.
heart.
Yeah.
The other one got killed by like, what's it called, the boat motor, and then Kevin James got killed by a lawnmower. And gosh, the movie ends right there, right?
Yep.
And there's no post credits.
No, but she
Right.
is playing with she's playing with the key
which
as credit to roll.
yeah, because then we're like, oh, what did that key do? We don't know in this movie. All right, before we get to talking about the rest of the movie, let's or like our thoughts on the movie, let's go to our other section. We have high star and low star.
Boom, boom. Becky rocks. 10 out of 10. Great movie. There is real depth to the characters in this movie. Very smart writing. These are the things that I love so much about movies and books. Very intelligent and thoroughly crafted characters, and a plot that works together to tell a great story that you can't stop thinking about. I really like this movie. It's honest, brutal, and unpredictable. I thought the acting was great from everyone in the cast, and the writing was superb. I would warn you that there is some gory killing scenes, so do beware. I would recommend this movie to those who like a good. That's all there is.
Oh, probably adult Home Alone. And then we
I
have
was like,
oh,
does it expand? It does not.
no. And then we got 1 out of 10, Rambo's Daughter. It's a shame the movie is so unbelievable because it has so much potential. Gory scenes are pretty well filmed, but what ruins the movie is a weak script. Performances and unbelievable decisions from the characters. Savages can't kill kids. Okay, I don't buy it. Extremely unbelievable. A strong man about 6'5" can't kill a 13-year-old kid face to face. And people are voting tens. Oh, well, first of all, like, it doesn't matter how big and strong you are. A gunshot to the face usually does it.
Right, yeah, and you're choking out a little kid, and then Apex punches you. Yeah, you're going down.
Yeah, Apex towers over Kevin James. By the way, he's like a full foot taller than Kevin James. Like, I gotta look up how tall that freaking Robert Mallet is. He's Jesus. He looks like the Great Khali. He's 6'11". The guy is 6'11", weighs 350 pounds. Bro is straight muscle. Like, but it doesn't matter. A gunshot to the face, you will usually do that.
Yes, yeah.
You know what? I really got to disagree with 1 out of 10 calling it a weak script. I think it was a pretty well balanced script. Especially for a movie that's only an hour and 33 runtime, but really after like credits, it's probably like an hour 29, hour 30 tops. I feel like we got enough character depth with Becky and Joel McHale to see their relationship and why it's pretty strained at the moment, and sort of where she is mentally as a 13, 14-year-old kid, whatever. And how she's trying to deal with this grief.
Right.
And then like, I like the little mystery. Like, what, Kevin James is like this neo-Nazi that's looking for a key with Norse mythology on it. And we don't ever get to know what that key opens.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, this could have been cosmic horror, and like they could have opened up like,
I mean, it could still be
the end
right?
of Indiana Jones, the Lost Ark.
Did you end up watching the second movie yet?
I did.
Yeah.
Actually, I double featured it. I was like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Second movie, let's do it.
And the movie's been out for 2 years now. Spoiler alert! You still don't get to see what the key leads to in the second movie. You just get like a little Avengers. You want to see what this key does? Bum, bum, bum.
It's interesting because just like my perception was that the first movie and the second movie were like 10 years apart. I don't know why I thought Becky had come out so much earlier and that Wrath of Becky was like so much newer.
Yeah.
But then they were like, yeah, now she's 16. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like 3 years apart. I thought that was like now she's 23 and
yeah, but we don't want to like spoil a little too much about the second movie because that might be in another month, right? But
right.
no, yeah, and so like you get a decent amount of mystery in there with that. You get enough character depth with Becky and Joel McHale's character. Kayla's character doesn't really matter too much, just because she gets introduced as like the fiance pretty early on, and it's the situation of like rebooting like comic book characters. We don't need the origin stories of these characters anymore because we can kind of piece it together ourselves, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, so like you can kind of just figure out the relationship between Becky and Kayla it's not like anyone's doing anything wrong. It's just a really shitty situation for her.
Yeah.
for Becky, and like, for Kayla as well, because like she's entering into this possible like marriage where like this kid hates me, and like it's gonna
Right.
take a lot of patience. Especially because, like, oh gosh, when you're an adult going into a relationship with somebody who has a teenage kid, it's gonna take a huge amount of patience. You have to be, was it the God? What is that idiom? Like oil off a duck's back or something?
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna kind of have to have that kind of thick skin of like this little kid disrespecting me for a good 2-3 years.
Right. Yeah.
And hopefully maybe in the future like we could build some sort of rapport. Like step parents always have to have the mindset of like, I'm not your dad, but I am an adult that cares about you, and I'm here for you.
Right. Yeah.
Colby has an immense amount of experience in this situation.
Yep. Absolutely.
He's like, you got both of your parents, I'm just here if you need me. Kobe's sixth man of the year. That's what step parents kind of have to be, though, right? I mean, like, you are a step parent, so like if you want to share some of like the trials and tribulations that you had to go through.
I very fortunate was like my stepdaughter was like between 3 and 4 when I met her, so
Yeah. So
I'm fun comic book guy with like toys in his car, so I was easy like mom's friend to get along with. And then I'm like we kept it pretty slow moving
yeah.
for quite a while, because as a relationship, you don't want to. I don't want to mess up a kid and be like, now look, another dad's leaving you.
Oh, I don't want to pile on the future therapy sessions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All you're hoping for is if she ever has to do therapy, it's like, no, he was kind of cool.
Right. And so I always got to be like, I don't know, like my part was more because she did have a definite dad in her life, and she had a
present mom,
definite mom. So I got to be like fun uncle.
Yeah.
Even though I was like stepdad, I was like, I got to be the fun one when she had problems with mom and dad. We were close enough that she could come and like bitch to me about them.
Yeah.
And knew that I wasn't gonna, spill the beans.
Yeah. But and it's funny too, because like I feel like a lot of the action and the gory scenes is sort of just I feel like to me that wasn't really the main part. I was like really interested into like, what's this girl's psyche right now?
Right. It's really interesting because I always kind of like go through lots of other people's reviews and stuff. All the reviews that kind of came out before the second movie came out, before The Wrath of Becky, all of them were like, she's so interested in the key, she's gonna start like gonna become the leader of the neo-Nazis, of the white supremacists. They never showed what happened to like stepmom and the brother.
Yeah.
My theory is that she killed them. And she blamed it on like these other people, and like that way she doesn't have a witness, and I was like, I didn't get any of that from this at all. I'm just like, this is, crazy kid dealing with
the grief,
already dealing with the loss of one parent, and now the loss of a second, and she just snaps and. Her best friend is a dog, and it gets shot.
Well, one of her dogs is shot, right? Yeah. My whole like if like this didn't have a sequel yet, my whole theory would have been like, oh, now she's gonna be like Indiana Jones. Like she's gonna figure out what's up with this key. What does it open? And kind of maybe delve into academia and try to look for this. Like, I don't know, this key looks old as hell. So I would have never gone like, she's going to be a neo-Nazi, and she killed her mom, her stepmom, because she's black.
She was wearing Doc Martens. That's the kind of shoes neo-Nazis wear. And I was like, what?
I was like, no, I don't think so. Like, Yeah, it might be a popular shoe for them, but it's not like, yeah, Doc Martens are neo-Nazi shoes. Guys, like it's so funny. I looked into like Doc Martens. I was like, oh, this shoe comes with too much preparation. It's like you have to. It's like a fucking baseball mitt you have to break in.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I need something ready to wear. Oh gosh, yeah. I was starting the second movie, but I think I got mixed up with something. But like one of my friends had seen it, and he's like, I was talking to him about it. He's like, yeah, you don't even get to see what the fucking key does. I was like, well, thanks, thanks a lot.
You it unlocks a little bit of mystery about
Yeah.
the key, but it definitely leaves it like there's I hope that 2 did well enough that there's a third one,
Yeah,
and that you could do a trilogy, wrap it up,
I know.
finally find out what the key.
Yeah, but then I did do some like little research, and they're like, something about coordinates or something, and they're like,
Yeah.
the coordinates for the key is supposed to be in Poland, where there's a museum of like World War II stuff, and I was like, that's cool for like people that wanted to delve in, but I was like, no, let's leave a little bit of supernatural room in there. This could unlock like Nazi zombies.
Hey, there was a lot of occult stuff in World War II.
Exactly. There's a lot of
So
things in that one. So like that's what I was thinking. Because like obviously from what's it called, Kevin James' character, this is like, oh, maybe it's like the Nazi, like the stuff that they had pillaged throughout the war. It could lead to that, but then he said like, oh, this is gonna be good for my race and even your race. I
yep.
was like, oh, maybe it's not gold. Maybe it's something supernatural. Supernatural. Who knows? But when we get to review the second movie in a possible month where the sequel is better than the original, who knows? That could be a month for you guys. We're definitely gonna go ahead and check that out. So we're coming up to our time. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our other months down below. We probably have something for you because we have months like Lady Fight Club month. We have
And interesting, we have a wrestling month, and the writer director who did this also did Bushwick, which
oh,
has Batista in, and we did that for wrestling month.
exactly. So, we have a bunch of theme months there for you, so make sure to check that out. But this is the first time you guys are joining us. Thank you. Welcome for joining. Welcome to the underrated / I mean, come on, Colby, bad movie podcast.
This one's just underrated. I
Yeah.
thought this movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
This was not a bad movie.
I mean, my cousin hit me up. He's like, bro, you guys review some bad movies. But no, yeah, and so like, yeah, but we do reviews in 4 different sections. We have a stream with DVD, a Blu-ray, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where you at for this one?
I'm definitely Blu-ray in this. I loved this movie. Yeah. And then if the third one comes out, then we're going Ultimate Box.
Yeah, then the third one has to be in the shape of the dog's head. I think I'm the same with you. There's like a joy in me seeing a little child just absolutely dismantle a group of adults.
Right.
Only in the way of like Home Alone style. All right, I'm not talking about any kind of school shooter situation.
No, but it's like this. From Kick-Ass, Hit Girl.
Yeah. Hit Girl.
Like that same kind of thing where she's like, I'm a superhero. I'm gonna go in there and just annihilate bad guys.
A room of adults. Yeah, of bad people.
Yes.
These are bad people. These are all bad people. And yeah, there's always like, it's always like the little kid fantasy. Like, yeah, I could beat up an adult. I
think that's why I enjoy movies like this, because like I wish I was that badass when I was 13.
Exactly, because like, let's be real, I think me and you would have gotten killed. But I guess you also, like, you never know, like when you're in that situation, you go, and like kids have endless creativity, so and that's why Home Alone kind of works. He's just playing a big old board game, like a life-size version of Mousetrap.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what Becky did. She took her size into account, and she's like, I got to set up traps.
Right.
And it's such a cool thing because it's also it's a very, and this is also why I like movies where like a female like character is like super badass. I like those movies, like, yeah, because then they have to use more of their wits because they don't have like the brawn.
Right. They're not Chung-Li and haven't spent 30 years training to do the thunder
Turbo
kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then like what kind of reminds me of this is like Prey, the
Mm-hmm.
the Predator movie. Because then,
Right.
like, yeah, that one had a situation where, like, yeah, her brother, first of all, her brother was super close into killing that predator until he, like, cheated.
Right.
Until he became a fucking big old cheater. Because I always think about that movie. I'm like, if I was, like, a predator, I'd have been like, oh, look, he had to use the weapon, fucking pussy. He couldn't take out this primitive, this primitive species. He had to
Right.
bring out his
They don't even
weapon.
have guns yet,
Yeah.
and you have
And
to use your
yeah, you have to pull it
laser
out.
talons.
Yeah, he was fucking you. I would have given him, if he got back to the ship, I would have given him so much shit. He would be like, dude,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
fucking, you trash. Boo. But yeah, and so like, yeah, I think it's like a super underdog story. That's why.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
what it is. But gosh, we're coming to we're coming to our closing. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our social media links down below where we have
Facebook and Twitter and Threads and Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yep, we got a
Think
bunch there for you. So go ahead and make sure to come talk to us. We're always super down to talk about movies with you guys, and hopefully you guys will spark an idea for us, and we'll dedicate those months to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll shout out a name.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and the Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.